Hello again, Internet! Yeah, we actually made it to 2 videos! I know, I'm shocked too.
Try to be optimistic, Kate. At least 4 more videos before we, meaning me, give up and find something else to do.
Yeah, we'll see. In all honesty, I didn't even want to film today with it being exam week and all, but Megan here insisted. So when my dad comes after me for failing this law exam, I'm telling him it was your fault.
As if he'd even notice.
It's so true. Okay, do you remember the time when we
Nope. Enough with the chit-chat. We have a lot of topics to cover today.
And what topics are those?
I don't know. That is not my job to figure out. I just work the camera, remember?
Of course. I actually think I have somewhere to start. Let's talk about why Britt hasn't spoken 2 whole words to me today. So, Britt had another date last night, and I'm probably gonna need to find a different way of saying that, or people are going to get really sick of it really fast. Anyways, Britt, the lucky butt she is, wrote her last exam yesterday and then decided she'd take some guy up on his offer to go catch a movie. Because if it means messing with a guy's head and free popcorn, Britt's all for it.
I should probably note for the benefit of our viewers that most of what Kate says is highly biased and completely opinion-based. That being said, her sister is a bit of a flirt.
Well, that's putting it kindly. Britt wanted to go on this date, so guess who got set up on another blind date? Me. On a scale of 1 to Joey Moynihan for how bad it was, I'd give it a solid 5. I mean, it was going well.
Wait. Before you go too far, define well in this situation.
Okay, sure. He was clean. He barely spoke 2 words to me, and I'm pretty sure he was afraid to look me in the eye. It was going well.
Kate Manola, everyone.
Anyways, it was going well, by my standards, until the end. See, I'd assumed that this guy clued in on the fact that I didn't really like him, nor did I particularly want to be there. Turns out I assumed wrong. Very wrong. The movie was this awful romance flick with 0 substance and way too much kissing to be healthy. I guess all that makeout time inspired my bonehead of a date, because the next thing I know, his arm's around my shoulder and he's touching my knee. I barely avoided making contact with the slimy filth he calls lips.
Wow, harsh.
Well, it was the worst.
To hear your sister tell it, it was like a volcano of rage erupted from your seat that then transferred into a shrieking hurricane of destruction that tore down the aisle and out of the theater.
Was that really necessary?
Absolutely.
All that I really did was jump up, hit him in the face, and run out of the theater. And I might have accidentally spilled my popcorn on the head of the guy in front of me.
She said you were yelling and flailing down the aisle.
Well, the people weren't moving their feet fast enough. I was tripping with literally every step.
Wait. Backtrack. You hit him. You hit your date.
Okay, well,
was that really necessary?
He was going to kiss me. What else was I supposed to do?
I don't know. Not hit him.
What else can I talk about? Oh, okay. So 2 nights ago, my dad had his new assistant over. I don't know why he does it, but every time my dad gets a new employee, he has him over for dinner. So this poor guy, Gideon? Gabriel? No, that doesn't sound right. Graham. His name was Graham. Okay? A couple things to note about Graham. He was more than a little bit creepy. He stared at Britt for almost the entire meal. The only thing that could distract him was the dessert. He's just graduated from university, and he kept making all these little innocent but very pointed remarks about how great his new apartment is. Like, its great location, the large amounts of unoccupied space because he lives alone, how great the walls are blocking sound from getting out. But back to what I wanted to talk about. Graham had to sit through what has got to be one of the most awkward family dinners ever. Whenever we do these things, my dad, Britt, and I all get dressed up nicely and stick a fake smile on our faces and kind of just pretend to like each other for a few hours. It's a lot harder to do than it sounds like, believe it or not. When we're at home, we mostly just avoid each other. I mean, it's easy to do when you live in a house the size of ours. And we never eat together anymore, really. It's like, unless we have company over. And then my dad calls someone, I'm not really sure who, and we all sit down to eat and there's food on the table for us. Other than that, meals are kind of like a fend for yourself kind of deal around here. Anyways, it was a meal straight from hell, with Britt making thinly veiled jabs at me and our guest, my dad smoothly glossing over who we were and then expecting us to fade into the background, and Graham's not-so-subtle comments. I don't even know why he brings people over to the house. It's so stupid. He won't even talk to us most of the time, and then these people show up, and we're expected to get along like some perfect little trio that has regular heart-to-heart conversations and knows each other inside and out. It's so unbelievably aggravating. I read this quote from George Burns that I think sums up everything that's wrong with our little family. Happiness is having a large, loving, caring, close-knit family in another city. Large? Nope. Loving? Nuh-uh. Caring? Not even close. Close-knit? Yeah, sure, in some other alternate universe where everything's fluffy and bright and happy. And to top it all off, we get to live together. It's reached the point where I think we can give up on being a normal family and just let ourselves be 3 strangers living in a house together. It'd be a lot easier and honestly it'd cause fewer disagreements. That's pretty much all I have to say for today. We should have some more exciting things to talk about since next week's the first week of a new semester though, so come back.
We really need an outro.
Yeah.
Like a little tune or something.
Or something.